this, the algorithm sends it out to more viewers. Those viewers can join this growing community and post either requests, or which I can view and then share with everyone, or they can post the tips and tricks as you guys will see it in real time. All right, with that, on to the intro. So the intro says HTML5 WebGL create a 3D Rubik's cube. All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do something fun, in that we are not actually gonna do any coding. They might say, wait a minute, you said you're gonna build this. Yes, we're gonna build it. What we're gonna do is this is a two-part series. So don't worry, you don't have to watch the second part. I implore you to watch the second part. So what we're going to do is we're going to use local AI to generate the code, and I'm just going to run it. I'm not going to and then in the next tutorial, tomorrow by the way, we will review and improve the AI generated code. Now, because of the way AI works, is that it might actually, so as you can see with the screenshot, whatever, the animation there, you can see it's working fine, but there's a few, I don't know if you guys can notice, there's a few little things that we'll improve on tomorrow. However, just to be fair, the AI might actually produce perfect code today. Then I don't know what I'll do tomorrow, right? So, however, I am counting on the AI not being producing code that will need to be improved. But I'll show you my prompt. It's a very simple prompt, so you guys can do the same thing. So with that said, so the model I'm going to use is, I'm going to use the Quinn 3 coder. I'm using the 30B, that's 30 billion parameters model. It's called the A3B instruct UD. Now, before I continue here, you might say, hey, wait a minute. I don't have a GPU that can handle, say, a 30B parameter. It's going to be very big. You're absolutely right. So if you notice, I cut myself off here. You see here it says Q4 because it has been quantized. So meaning that it's going to be much smaller, and that should fit on many GPUs. Now you can get smaller ones as well. In fact, you can even get a smaller model. Instead of getting the 30B, you can get something like, get at least 7B. For this tutorial, get at least 7B. That should fit literally any GPU. And also, if you have enough RAM as well, if you have like 16 gigs of RAM, you should be able to run larger models. It's going to be a little bit slow because it's going to use your CPU as well. It's going to be slow. But if you have like a fast disk drive like an NVMe, it will be fast enough. Especially, so the difference between chat models and vision models, the one that generates, for example, images and video, is those ones, those ones take a long time because they have a lot more thinking to do, and they have to basically create pixels and then make them into something that we can see. But with chat models, what I'm saying is that the chat models, you don't necessarily need to run it on the GPU if you're willing to wait. What I'm saying is that the wait is worth it, is what I'm getting at, especially if you have enough RAM. So RAM is more important, especially for the chat models. So as I said, you can get a quantized model. This is the beginning of some changes also on this YouTube channels. Sorry, not YouTube. I'm live streaming. Sorry, by the way, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. It looks like Rumble fixed the issue from yesterday. So what I'm saying is that actually, let me go check to see if Odyssey is ready to go. Okay, yes, it is. Fantastic. So what I was saying is that a lot of you might not have a very powerful system. I hear you. Like before I upgraded my system, it was also, remember, I had a 2 gig NVIDIA GTX 5950, and I had the Intel 2600 from 2011. Okay, so, and I only had 16 gigs of RAM. So you can imagine I was having problems with AI. Anything bigger than 7B was really tasking my system. Even 13B was just cutting it. So that's why I got you guys covered. Especially if you have a laptop, you might not be able to upgrade your RAM, or you're limited even further, right? Your GPU as well. So this will take care of that for you. Okay, so my particular system, I have a Ryzen 5 5600 GT. So obviously the G part stands for integrated graphics. And then I have, although I have 32 gigs of RAM, I don't really get to use all that RAM. The reason is because 4 gigs is allocated for the integrated graphics. Another 4 gig is reserved for ZRAM. ZRAM is some type of swap. So it basically compresses it. So basically it makes 4 gigs look like 8 gigs. Okay, and then I do have a dedicated GPU, which is this AMD Instinct MI60. It's had 32 gigs of VRAM. It's HBM2 GPU. So this one I just use it for AI and video stuff, video editing. Mostly it's I would say most of the time it's probably close to 100%. It's right now it's just it's AI stuff. So but for you guys, as I said, I got you guys covered. We're going to use you can use a quantized model. You still get very good results. I've tested this and I'll prove to you guys as well. So what you do is so this is the code that it generated when I ran it, and I'll show you. I also another thing you can also use is I recommend you run llama.cpp. That is really fast. Don't use Olama or don't use any other web UI. If you want if you want it to go as fast as possible, I highly recommend you use llama.cpp. It's really fast. For example, one of the reasons I actually uninstalled Olama again is because llama.cpp is just so much faster. I would say it's probably 4 times as fast. So at least for my use cases, so I'll use it. And the good thing is, what I realized is all the plugins I was using before, they have an open API. So llama.cpp supports that as well. So I don't need to use Olama. So that's perfect. Now, to be fair, if you use llama.cpp, you need to fine tune some of the settings. Olama, you don't have to do that. With llama.cpp, you need to fine tune some of the settings. What I'm saying is that for the speed improvements you get, it's actually worth it to do that. Okay, so and then again, we're gonna run. You can run running the code locally. So all you do is once the code has been generated, you just put it into an HTML5 and then you just open up in your browser. That's all we're gonna do today. So just to show you what so what happened was, this was the result here. I don't know why this demo is not working. I guess this browser is messed up. Try it in a Chromium browser. I did try it. It did work in the Chromium browser. I don't know, it's not working in this what's this browser called, LibreWolf. There's nothing tracking you at all. I know it's not working. Okay, but we'll get it to work as well. So as you can see, I have screenshots for llama.cpp. Yeah, llama.cpp does have its own web UI. So you just start it up, you go to the default port, or you can change the port number. Then I'll show you all the settings as well, and where to get the model and how to tweak the settings. I'll show you all that. And then this is the code that was generated. You see this is inside the web browser, llama.cpp, and this was the result here. As I promised, as you can tell, this is a live stream, so I'm just going to go down here and I'll stop it right there. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to, surprisingly enough, I don't know if I should, you know what, let me get the command line stuff out of the way, and then I will, I'll go to the web browser. I think that will be the best way to go forward. So you can see here in my folder here, I have this this file here. I don't know what's going on there with this. So you can see proof that I'm using the quantized model. See, it's a Q4. It's a Q4. You see this file size is 17.7 gigabytes, but I said I'll show you how you can even get something smaller. You can even get a KM version, which is slightly smaller than this. You can get the 3 I wouldn't recommend going down to 2 because you get some weird results. Yeah, definitely stick to the stick to Q4 minimum. So the other thing is, you see I'm using a Qwen 3 coder. The Qwen 2.5 coder, I think that one has a 7B version. That's also pretty good, but I wanted to get something, one of the best open source ones, so that's why I chose this one. But I'm saying you can pick other types as well. Instruct just means that it's how it was instructed, but yeah, you get any Qwen 2.5 or 3 and at least 7B. That should fit on most of your GPUs. For example, as I said before, when I had the old workstation, I was using 7B and 13B. It was a little slow, but it was for working fine. And I was not also using quantized models, and I was not. What's the other thing I was not doing? I was not using llama.cpp. I was using some. If you guys remember, I was using Alpaca, which is an Alma client. So heavy because of Llama. Okay, so enough yapping. So let me start up on the command line here, so we can finish up here, and we don't need to go anywhere else. So all you need to do is, I'll just paste the command in here so I don't make any mistakes. So this is the model I said we use. I have another model here I'm testing as well. And so here we go. So I already have Llama installed. I'll show you how you know what, I should have showed you how to install the Llama. You know what, let me actually remove this. Because I'm on Fedora. So in Fedora, you just type sudo dnf install llama -cpp. That's all you have to do if you're on Fedora Linux. So that I already installed it, of course. And then this time I'm starting the server. You see, -m, that stands for the model, and then the path to the model. See this chat model right to this one here. See, it's a 4K, the 4K one, Q4 underscore K XL. I'll explain this later. And then here we have, this is the type of prompt it will be using, and then the context size, I made it 8192. So the reason I put it up this size is because I obviously my GPU is big enough and can handle it, and the other reason is I wanted to retain, if you don't make this big enough, what will happen is sometimes when you ask it for code, it will clip it off, or whatever you ask it might clip it off. So that I made it big enough. You don't want to make it unlimited, but you can put some weird numbers here like 10,000, 20,000 if you want, if obviously if you have the memory for it. And the port I put 8081, and this is the number of the GPU. What is I forget what this means again. NGL. Oh, it will tell us. So let's run this. It will actually tell us when you see it on the command line here. I forget what this is. It's been a while since I ran llama.cpp. But and in case you're wondering what this one is here for, this is for my cooler, because remember this GPU didn't come with a cooling system, so I had to get a fan shroud with a 40 millimeter fan that will be the cooling. So if we go up here, tell us what. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. So okay, here we go. Where are we here? So you see it, obviously I have ROCm as well because I'm using an AMD GPU. So it found it. One of the things that used to confuse me in the past, you see it says ggml underscore CUDA underscore init. Even though it's using ROCm, it's still, I guess because NVIDIA was the first one, so everything was just named after them. So now that there's like AMD, Intel, and others are coming along, this name doesn't seem to be very smart. It wasn't smart back then. So it's going to hip. This is the equivalent of CUDA for the AMD family. You see, it's now listening on 127.0.0.1. And the number of threads, 6, the default, because the CPU is 6 cores and 12 threads, so it's going to use 6. That's perfectly fine. It loaded the model, and where's the other one stuff here? I see it's quantized model here. What else? What does that NGL stand for? Hopefully tell us here somewhere. I might have missed it. I might have gone a little bit too fast. Let's see. It might offload. Oh yeah, it's this one. The layer. It's GPU layers. I did remember that. That's the NGO stands for GPU layers. So even though I put 999 because I wasn't sure, all I had to put is 49 for this particular model. So this particular model only needs 49 of them. And then you see here the context size 8192. Flash attention is not enabled because this GPU is kind of old. It doesn't come with flash attention, even though you see all the time. So make sure you put flash attention. It doesn't support flash attention. All right, so it's using it doesn't use that much memory. So you should be able to run this. I said on GPUs. So this is all the Genie stuff, and obviously I put verbose, and you see again it puts it up here, so it's up and running. It's ready to assist me. So I'm gonna use Chromium browser here, and let's see, here we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to, I should have put a link here to, yeah, I did not. Let's go to Hugging Face. So what you need to do is you can get it from Hugging Face. So you can also go to Ollama and download a model, but then you have to convert it. So if you don't want to do that, Ollama saves it still saves as a GGOF, but you might have to convert if it's not in the format. So what you do is just type in, for example, what is this one called? Qwen. Just type Qwen 3, and you see there's multiple versions of Qwen. So you put Qwen 3 hyphen coder, or just type coder. You see here we have this one GGUF. There's this instruct, and then there's this one by Unsloth. Let's go to Unsloth, and you can see Unsloth has different. So there's 1-bit, there's 2-bit, there's 3-bit, there's 4-bit, and you see there's so many different sizes here. And you can go and read. You can go read everything about here. So about the 30B, that the 30 billion parameter model. So what we do is you just go to. That's hard to see here. Where is files? I think it is. And then the files. Yeah, files. There we go. Now, I wish I don't want to. So as you can see here, there's all the different sizes here. Actually, I think it's actually better if I go back to that page. I think yeah, right here is much better. You can see the 1-bit one. For example, the smallest possible one is 8 gigabytes here. But if you go to the 4-bit one, that's the one we're using. You see, that's obviously a bigger. You can start with the smallest one, which will be this one, which is at XS. That means extra small. It's 16.4. And then this is the one I got. I got this one, the Q4KXL, means extra large. So that's the one I got. Now I could have easily gotten like a Q5 or etc. But this one is very good. This one is also pretty good. This is a medium one. It's a good. It's good quality, and it's a good middle ground between very large models like the Q8 or the full 16-bit. Now you see the full 16-bit, 61 gigs. That's a little bit too big, so that's why I picked this one. This should also work, I said, on lower spec GPUs. Sorry, lower VRAM GPUs. I shouldn't say spec. Lower VRAM GPUs. I said you can try the Qs, or you can get a smaller Q3. Not the 30 parameter. You can get, like I said, you can get also a Q. Just to get you guys, if you type Qwen 2.5, you see there's this one, the 7B. This is pretty good. I've tested this one as well. This also gives very good results. And you can also, even with this one, you have you see there's also quantizations, and you can see here you can go pick again. You can actually get it from Qwen themselves, and you can see here they're much smaller. You see the Q4KM, you see it's only 4.88 gigs. That should fit. For example, I said I was able to run the 7B one, like this one, on my old GPU. My GPU only had 2 gigs of RAM, and I said I had 16 gigs of 16 RAM. So I would recommend grabbing this one. This is going to fly on your system, so you can grab that as well. Good results. All right, so I'm gonna go to the cooler control, get it up and running. I probably won't need it, but so this is the dedicated GPU. You see it's 41 at idle right now, and then you see the system fan 2. This is the one that I manually control. So you see this is the dedicated GPU. This here is the integrated GPU, so I don't need that. I'm gonna actually collapse it. And this is the one I care about here. So I'll pump this up if it's needed. All right, now if you remember on the command line, actually I should actually copy just for future reference. Yeah, I'm going to copy this here just for future reference. Oops. Perfect. All right, so here, if you remember on the command line, the I forgot one very important thing here. So when you download a model, in this case, this Qwen 3 Quarter 30B, when you download it, before you download it, you will notice something interesting in the notes. You see in the notes here, they'll actually tell you how they, sometimes they tell how they trained it, but if you keep on reading, they will actually give you some very, very interesting information. They will tell you how to use the model, and they might actually even tell you what settings they actually use. So these are the best settings. So for example, here, for this particular model, they, I think they tell us somewhere here. Right here, you see this? They tell us the repetition penalty 1.05. They tell us the top P 0.8, top K is 20, and what temperature. So these are suggestions. Obviously, you can tweak it to your heart's content, but this is what I'm going to start with. And you see they also recommend using how many tokens, so you can take all of that as well. So I said I was pretty happy with this now, because I'll tell you the funny thing is, if you don't set this, I said llama.cpp, it's the web UI is still new, so you can set this on the command line, but I said I'll set this in the web UI. So there you go. So let's actually go here, and if you remember, what was that URL from the command line? It was 8081, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 8081. So you can just grab this URL. There you go. And we go here, and I'll paste it in here. Oops. I didn't copy it. Sometimes I forget. Oh no, did I? Okay, I did something stupid there. Okay, I have to start it again. I pressed Control C. So Control C is to stop the server from running. So you guys learned that there's something else there as well. So you should be able to paste this in here. All right. I heard a weird sound, so there we go. The model is loading. Please wait. And then the interface will appear as soon as it finishes loading. Okay, yeah, it's finished. So this is the web UI for llama.cpp. You see, it says llama.cpp, and it's loaded the model here because that's how I ran it on the command line. Now, I think I did a review of this one in the past, so I'm not gonna, because today's tutorial is about actually generating code. We're not actually going to spend too much time on it. But if you want, you just simply go to settings, and you can see here you can put API keys. If you did generate them for your own, and you see here the temperature. This is where we're going to change stuff. So you see the temperature 0.7. That's fine. You see the top K, it's set to 40. So we're going to change. So first thing I always do is I hit reset to default, confirm. You see the default is 0.8. That's not recommended one, so I'll put 0.7. The top K is 40, so I'm going to change that to 20. That was from, I showed you where I got that from Hugging Face. The top P, they recommended 0.8, so put that 0.8, and then that's in the general here. So if you go to samplers, we don't need to change any of those. We go to penalties, and the penalties, remember it says a repetition penalty, this one, the default is 1, so they want us to change it to 1.05. So that's the only thing I need to change, but there's other things like there's reasoning, there's advanced, and there's experimental, so I don't need any of those. So I'm just going to hit save, and now I'm good to go. Now, so I'm actually going to delete this. Okay, so there's a brand new conversation because there's nothing stored, anything like that. Now you can change the theme. I like the dark theme. You obviously can go to the light theme. You know what? I think light theme actually looks not too bad. Let me go back here. Which one looks better? I think for the video, the light theme actually looks better. So you know what? I'm going to stick to the light theme for now. That theme actually looks pretty good. It's easier to see. All right, surprisingly. Okay, so here is where you put your prompt. Now, I don't remember what prompt I actually used. I thought I copied the prompt somewhere. Oh yeah, it's in the screenshot. I have to go to, let me actually check, let me see, I have to go up here and check the screenshot, if I can actually see it. Did I actually paste it in there? Oh man, I can't see. I thought I did. Oh yeah, it's right here, create an HTML5 3D Rubik's Cube. Okay, it was just create an okay, so let me actually type that up. I'll type prompt. This will be for next time. Prompt, where is it? Generate an HTML5 3D Rubik's Cube. Yeah, that's it. It's a very simple prompt. Okay, so I'm going to copy that prompt and paste it in here. You can also, oh, I thought this was a volume thing. So you can also upload a file, and so there we go. Oops, I forgot to put on my, let's actually go here. You see the temperature. The temperature is actually not too shabby, but I'm not going to take a chance. I'll put at least at 35. So you see it went from just below 3,000 RPMs to about just below 7,000 RPM. Now you can see the temperature, how quickly the temperature goes up. Okay, so it's still running because the temperature is, you can see the temperature is actually rising. So that should be enough. Where is that here? So it's still running, as you can tell. It's still running, and I'll let it run until it finishes. Excuse me. It snowed overnight, and then it because it was warming up, there was a bunch of ice. So I had to go out this morning and remove. There's actually quite a lot. I removed it because even though it's supposed to warm up, what happens is if they're wrong about the weather prediction, that ice on the ground could actually stay for the rest of the winter. So I don't want that. So I went and got rid of it. Apparently it's supposed to be, I think it's 3 degrees today. Then no, I think today is about 0. And tomorrow is supposed to be 3 degrees, and then the day after that it's supposed to be 6 degrees. So in theory everything should melt, but I said there was so much I don't want to take a chance. So why is this still running? Wow, that's a lot of code. Okay, so one of the problems with this type of models as well, you have to be careful, is that sometimes it, especially when the context size is not big enough, it kind of just starts outputting gibberish. Okay, oh, it's done. Okay, fantastic. So let's go here. The temperature should start going down. You see how high the temperature is there? So I can go back to 2%, whatever it was. Yeah, so that should be fine. Let's go back here. So this is the code it produced. I said I don't know what this code is going to look like, so I'm going to copy this code So you can simply just copy here, or you can simply go in here and just drag it manually, but I prefer just to copy it here. And you see it has a, let's go read the instructions at the bottom here. So it says realistic 3D rendering built with Three.js for smooth WebGL rendering. Drag to rotate the entire cube. Click and drag on faces, rotate individual layers. Keyboard shortcuts are SH to reset, scramble, and solve. Scramble button, there's a solve button, there's a reset button, there's a random move button. Then visual design, it says gradient background, the modern color scheme. Responsive layout that works on mobile and desktop. Okay, I'll test that one. Clear instructions for users, status bars showing move, count, and current rotation. Technical implementation uses Three.js for 3D rendering. Proper lighting setup for realistic appearance. Smooth animations and transitions. Efficient scene management. This cube is fully functional. You can scramble it, solve it, reset to original, or perform random moves. The interface is intuitive, visually appealing, and with a modern design. Remember I told you guys we're not going to do any coding today. We're just going to do copy paste, and that's basically it. So as I said before, you can simply go in here and copy like this, but since there's so much, there's a copy icon here, so I just click copy, so it's copied into my clipboard. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to hit the command line here. I don't have to go to the command line. I'm going to go to actually, you know what, I want to go to the command line. I don't know what folder I'm in. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up just a simple one here, and I'm just going to, oops, I'm in the wrong place. Wrong one. This one here. I did create an index.html file here, but what I'm going to do is I did copy the code that was generated previously. So we do have one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one. I'm going to create another one here and just call it, I'll call it test. Touch test.html. Okay, so I could have used, you know what, I should have done, I don't know what editor I should use. I should actually use the command line editors. You know what, since I'm on the command line, let me actually use one of the command line editors since I'm here. I'll just use nano. I'm just going to use nano, so I'll just say nano test.html, and with nano you can still paste, so just paste the code in here. So this is all the code here. We're not reviewing the code, we're just going to run it as is. So this is the code if you want to take a look at it. Yeah, because I said we're not going to, it does use Three.js, and we'll just save. Okay. Now it's test.html. So we are, I believe we do have a web browser. Yes, we do here. So what I need to do is simply go here, and I should just drag it in here. It should just work right away. Yes, it does. Now, so does that look like a Rubik's Cube to you guys? Right? Kind of looks a little bit compressed, but okay. So okay. So there's a scramble. Let's click on scramble, see if that works. I don't know. Scramble seems to. What do you guys think? That didn't seem to work. Okay, let's click on random move. Okay, so clearly, if you guys don't know, there's a few issues with this cube. First of all, when I hit scramble, scramble is not working. It's just rotating. Yeah, all it does is rotate. Now if okay, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, so you see, all it does is just rotate. Scramble means that it should scramble it, right? But it doesn't. It stays the same. Okay. Even when I do a random move, yeah, you see, it still stays the same, right? So for this tutorial, I just want to show you that this is when people ask me that is AI going to take over and there's not going to be any more programmers. I mean, as I said, you can use this as a starting point. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's I just want to show you the type of quality you get. Okay. Now, I'm not making fun of this AI model or AI in general. I'm just telling you that when people ask that AI is going to take over, sure, it produced code much faster than I will be able to, get ready with this, especially something like Three.js, which I haven't used in a very, very long time. Yeah, but that's obviously if I click solve, here of course there's no rotation. If I reset the cube, nothing happens, right? Because it hasn't, there's nothing here. Okay, so, but I do like the fact that it used Three.js instead of running a whole bunch of code for no reason. So that's basically what today's tutorial is. I just want to show you that you can generate something, right? But is it going to work properly? And just as I predicted, there'll probably be some issues with it. Now, in case you don't know, you see when I'm doing this? I'm flipping it. You see how slow that is? Right? Even though we're using the integrated graphic, it should be a little bit more smoother, right? You see that? It's kind of, yeah, it's a little, just slightly jittery. So there's obviously some improvements can be done there with the performance. And then obviously fixing this. So scramble should actually scramble, not just rotate it. And obviously random move also does not work. Okay, let's go down here. Oh, wait, do I have to use keys? It says drag with mouse to rotate, click and drag faces to rotate individually. Oh, really? I can click and drag. Okay, let me grab a face. Okay, I've grabbed this face. Yeah, it doesn't work. That does not work. Click and drag on faces to rotate. Okay. Alright, so if I grab this face, individual layers, yeah, that doesn't work. That does not work. Alright, let's go. Maybe the keyboard shortcuts work. Let's go check it out. Maybe the keyboard shortcuts work. It says here, keyboard shortcuts, RSH, reset. Oh, okay, so let's try S. Let's try S for scramble. And then S key. I'm pressing the S key. R is to reset. Was that? I think it was H. Was it not H? Yeah, none of those work. So, yeah. Now, they said it was responsive. So let's check that out. I'm going to go to inspect here. And where is the tablet version? There we go. Yeah, it is definitely responsive. So that is correct. You see, this is a simulation of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So if I pick another one, like for example, iPad Mini, yeah, it does seem to do that. So yeah, that's actually accurate and correct. It is mobile responsive. One thing I don't like about this is for some reason I cannot drag down here, so I don't know what's going on. The keyboard shortcut is not working. Yeah, I can't scroll down. So that is weird, so I won't be able to see the rest. So that one is also another bug, right? I can't see what's down here, like I'm not able to scroll. For example, if I go like this, I can't even scroll when I select everything. So those are little bugs that I just wanted to show you. So that's basically it. It came up with something, I didn't even specify like I wanted it to do this or that. It came up with something that is definitely a Rubik's Cube. But it doesn't work as specified, not by me, by the code, the AI. All right, so let's not waste too much time. Let's finish this up. So if you're interested in learning more, especially JavaScript, I have some resources for you. I have a book called Learning JavaScript. It's a beginner's guide to programming. It's a comprehensive guide to JavaScript programming for beginners. It covers all the fundamentals you need to start creating your own web applications. Yeah, it's called Learning. It's called Learning JavaScript. It's on Amazon. The link is also in the description. I have courses on ojamboshop.com. The course which I'm promoting right now is called Learning JavaScript. The hand-on exercises. It comes with Web IDE, so you can simply go and learn at your own pace. All you need is a web browser. It's a one-time payment, and you get the course 24/7. And if you have any issues or concerns, you can always contact me. I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. Also, in 2024, on list on YouTube. I'm not sure about the other channels on YouTube. I took all the tutorials I did. Most of them were from this Learning JavaScript course and the book, and I created a course. It's free. It's in a playlist. Just go courses, and you can learn there as well. There's obviously a little bit more that wasn't in the book and the course, but I did take a lot of concepts from the course, and I actually use the web ID as well. I also have some services. If you need one-on-one tutoring, you can contact me on jambo.com/contact. If you need personalized instruction tailored to your learning style, if you need to focus on areas you find most challenging, or if you're available for JavaScript and many other programming languages. All right, now let's go to the conclusion. Creating a 3D Rubik's Cube with Java HTML5, which also includes JavaScript and CSS3. It's a fantastic way to explore 3D graphics programming in the browser. This project demonstrates how powerful web technologies have become, allowing us to create complex interactive experiences that run directly in the browser. To run the code on your own system and see how it performs, the combination of AMD Ryzen 5 600 GT CPU and an AMD Instinct MI60 GPU proves excellent performance for web-based 3D graphics. I also have some other recommended resources. I have a referral link for the Starlink residential service. This is one way you can help out the channel. If you do get the service and use my referral link, I'll get 1 month free. And you also get a very, very significant discount. I have the Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater. You see, I have it right here. I do use it. It saved me hundreds of dollars in heating costs. It's a space heater. This one is on Amazon. This is my affiliate link. I'll get a commission on every sale. There's no extra cost to you. I also have this algorithmic serpent. It's my first novelette. I have a copy here. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. It's available right now on Amazon. It's the most affordable thing that I created, meaning that the majority of costs are for shipping and printing for the paperback version, the one I've shown you, and then for the ebook version, the storage costs. Pick it up if you have the means and let me know what you think. And finally, my latest is the Recession Business Blueprint. That one helps you, guides you towards starting a business during a recession, and we're in a recession right now. That's the best time to start a business. So this guide will help you whether you need help budgeting, if you're having trouble finding ideas, where to find them, if you need mentorship, how to contact people, and how to request mentorship. And then if you need some funds, I will show you unique and creative ways to get funds. And also if you need help, because what you have to remember, let's say you're selling goods and you purchase things from suppliers. The suppliers are also incentivized to make sure that you buy from them because they make money, so they want to make sure your business does well, meaning that they might know people who can supply you with other things, or people who are interested in buying maybe even your own product. So that's a good way. Remember, they when you're doing your research, they already have research obviously they've done, and they know the trends and everything as well. So you can also lean on them as well. They might even give you some credit for when you get started, especially if you want to do like a service-based business where you get, for example, maybe it's like a hair salon or a coffee shop or something like that. Absolutely, they want you to succeed, because if you don't succeed, they obviously lose a client, and they also they don't profit. If you profit, they'll profit because you'll be buying more supplies from them as well. So all those things I show you in the Recession Business Blueprint. Okay, if you want to know more about me, I have a blog here for every article I write. I'm a freelance programmer. Other fancy names are software engineer, web developer, and I'm also an author. So my book page on Amazon, the link is here. It's also in the description. My consultation services on jamboservices.com. The link is also in the description. And for the online courses at jamboshop.com. So, as I promised, I'll show you different ways you can contact me. You can use the comment form. The comment form says up about 10 days after this article goes live. You can post anything here, obviously about today's topic. It will be like HTML5, 3D, Three.js, web development. That's all related, so that's perfectly fine. But the best way to contact me is the contact forms or jambo.com/contact or jamboservices.com/contact and jamboshop.com/contact. If you want to follow me, the channels I live stream every day to Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to put on the outro, and I want to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the algorithm sends it out to more viewers. Those viewers can join this growing community, as I said earlier, and post requests, or they will post tips and tricks, and I can research them, and then I'll share with everyone. Everything is shared here. I want to improve, and I want you guys to improve as well. Okay, so also if you want to see what's upcoming, you go to jambo.com, go to Watch Many Live 7. You can see we've just finished this tutorial today. We have this one upcoming tomorrow, which will improve on the code that's generated by AI. And then we have a fun one the day after that. We're gonna use Krita for generative AI using the Z image turbo model. And then after that, we will use Nextcloud to Podman desktop. So this is the one way. If you guys all the self-hosted stuff, I've been using Podman and Podman Compose, but some of you, I know you don't want to get to the command line, so you can install Podman desktop and you can install it that way. So that's why I'm doing that. And then a few days after that, we'll have this. We'll create Bone Amateurs and Blender Python API. So this would be perfect for if you maybe want a game asset, or maybe you want something on the website and you want it to move more naturally instead of where you put the keyframe. So I'll show you how to do that as well. It's very, very simple to do. Okay, and then I'm now going to check the live chats to see if there's any chat requests. Start with Odyssey, nothing there. Rumble, nothing there. BitChute, nothing there. And YouTube, nothing there. Just as I suspected, I get a lot of messages from YouTube saying that there was a problem with the chat. I suspected because I usually get a few chats, so they were saying there was a problem there, and I figured there would be. Hopefully they resolve that and you guys can start. It's not me. The chat is on. You guys can paste in the live chat. So it's not me. It's YouTube. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this now, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I will probably do. I'm not sure if I'll do one tonight. There's kind of a couple of things I gotta get off, so I might skip tonight. I might do something. Let me see here when I can do something. I might do something maybe not tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll wait in a couple of days. This is, I think, yeah, I think I'll wait a couple of days, then I'll do a night stream. It won't be tonight because I said I have to get some things off tonight, but I'll